Dry Docks World have launched their ultra-modern high ice class seismic vessel, Polarcus Alima and Polarcus Summer. The two vessels are part of a series of 6 built for Dubai-based geophysical operator Polarcus. The Polarcus Alima incorporates a far more advanced, sophisticated seismic technology and is capable of towing 12 streamers with a 100-meter lateral separation between the streamers. The Polarcus Alima and Polarcus Summer are seismic vessels built to the highly merited Ulstein SX-133 and SX-134 designs, fitted with the Ulstein X-bow hull. It is suitably equipped with environment-friendly systems such as diesel-electric propulsions, high-specification catalytic converters, double hull and water treatment systems. These vessels have the most advanced seismic technology commercially available and is highly environmental friendly, complying with DNV clean design notation that stipulates defensive design, accident prevention, and consequence limitation requirements, thus providing additional environmental protection. The vessels are fully equipped for controlling and limiting operational emissions and discharges. These cover fuel tanks, protection from grounding damage, handling of ballast water, fuel oil, sewage, and garbage. They also have the environment-friendly anti-fouling, control combustion machinery emissions, safe use of refrigerants, and have a green passport inventory for the recycling of the ship.
To invite to the podium now the Chairman of Dry Docks and Maritime World, Kamis Juma. I'd also like to invite to the podium the Chairman of Polarcus, Peter Rigg. And to accompany him, the CEO of Polarcus, Rolf Ronigan. And in addition to these 3 gentlemen, I'll invite the real stars of today's show, the godmother-to-be of the Polarcus Samoa, Nikki Rigg, and the godmother-to-be of the Polarcus Alima, Vanji Ronigan. And I'd now like to invite to the microphone the Chairman of Dry Docks and Maritime World, Kamis Juma.
I guess it's a good afternoon to start with. It's sunny in Dubai as always, and the most important thing, it's not as cold as I thought it will be. So let me start with a few words. Polarcus and Dry Dock World goes back quite a bit. They are pioneering a lot of interesting and new image for the seismic, especially in the industry of the oil, the energy industry, and specifically oil and gas. I have listened a lot to what they have to say to me, and some of it I believe, some of it I don't. But nevertheless, I'll tell you one thing. These ships are built to last forever. These ships are, in many, many ways, they have the latest know-how, the latest technology, and the latest efficiency, and without any doubt, the best knowledge that man can have at this stage at least. One of the most important things about these ships that they are environmentally friendly, and they are cost effective, and they have a huge potential in the deep, deep seas. As you know, oil and gas will always be our first priority throughout the global market. There is no change to the oil industry, at least expected to 2050 and beyond that. So the energy cycle, whatever happens to it, oil and exploration for oil will remain its first priority. I thank Polarcus for once again selecting to have Dry Dock World to build these magnificent ships. And I thank you all for joining us today to not bid farewell to these ships only, but to make sure they're sailing in the best possible weather that we have. I thank you all, and welcome to Dry Dock World. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kamis, very much indeed. And thank you for attending our naming ceremony here today. We very much appreciate it. These are the fourth and fifth vessels that Dry Docks has built for us. When we embarked on the relationship, I sort of imagined it would be like the relationship you have with your builder when you choose somebody to renovate your house. It all starts off sweetness and light, and then it deteriorates into acrimony and argument. But our experience with Dry Docks couldn't have been different. Building some of the world's most sophisticated vessels is a challenge for any yard. But it's a challenge that Dry Docks have met in spades. As you can see, not only are we still friends, but Dry Docks remains and intends to remain one of our largest shareholders. We've supported each other through the worst of the world's financial crisis, and we take huge comfort when we come to each of these ceremonies and see the same faces. MP Singh and his team, the people who we saw at steel cutting 2 years ago for our very first vessels. That sort of continuity gives us great confidence. Kamis, we thank you and your team for all of your hard work, all the work you've done for Polarcus. Dubai is our home too, and we find it a fantastic place to do business. We're infused by the energy that we get and the can-do spirit of Dubai, and that's been an enormous benefit to Polarcus. With Polarcus and Dry Docks, you see two Dubai-based companies bringing together world-class manufacturing and world-class services to go out and compete, I'm afraid, with world-class competitors. It's tough, but like Dry Docks, we know that we can do it. So a huge thank you to our builders, and especially to all of the Dry Docks employees who have spent so many hours and months in cramped spaces, heat and humidity. People like Rajiv Biswas, Syed Sarosh, and Svetozar Milosevic have all gone the extra mile for us. All are part of a Dry Docks team of which, Kamis, you can be enormously proud. So you have our thanks for these magnificent vessels, and we look forward to a long and fruitful relationship with Dry Docks. Thank you. I'd like, if I may, to present you with a small token of our appreciation, a piece of artwork. I'm sure you've got lots for the Dry Docks offices, but one to remind you of Alima and Samor.
Well, just in case he thought I didn't bring him something, so, but it's a courtesy, you know, it's always a customary that tendency, when somebody give you something with the right, you give him something with the left. That's not boxing, but I'll try to be safe there.
Now invite the godmother of Polarcus.mp4, Nikki Rigg, to say the blessing.
And prosperity for all your sailings and operations on the 7 seas of the world. And I hereby give you the name Polarcus.mp4.
If I could ask you just to move in closer to the podium here, towards the Alima, and I will hand the microphone to Godmother Vanji.
I wish you luck and prosperity for your sailings and operations on the 7 seas of the world. I hereby give you the name Polarcus.mp4.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the bridge of the Alima, the penthouse, the place that everybody wants to be, and the best view of the vessel.